I would like to use this design to show you the value of polar and snap settings. What I'm going to do is imagine here's the dwelling, and from the dwelling one can move onto a deck. Imagine we've got a vantage point on the deck. We want to put in this zone through here. We want to encourage people to move outside and use the outside space, and we'll put an outdoor chess set in this area, and a chess set will have 64 squares within it, and we'll make those 400mm size paving bricks and put them in a pattern suitable for some large size chess pieces. So if I select that line there, you can see its angle is 240, and what we're now going to do is to put a square down representing one paver, and let's do that. So we'll draw a rectangle. I'll choose center, size and angle, and I'll lock arbitrarily somewhere, say around here, onto our line. To specify the size it will be at, remember it's coming from the center and it's a 400mm paving brick, so we go at 200, 200, so that should be at 200, 200, and enter. The rotation angle is 240. So there's our first little paving brick. Now, if I right click and go to drafting settings, I've created two additional angles, a 60-degree angle and a 150-degree angle. That will enable me to copy the paving brick in two directions that are square to one another. So we're working off an unusual angle, a 60-degree angle here. The normal step angle sizes are listed there, and 60 degrees and 150 are not part of it. Because we're working with a 400mm paving brick, I've set my step size at 410, and we're going to use those additional angles, and so we can OK it. What I'll now do is select our paver, I'll copy it, and we're going to copy it from that point there, and as I'll move in so you can see what's happening, I can simply go click and up here and click. So it's very easy indeed, because polar and tracking is on. It's easy to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So I'll finish there. So our first set of paving bricks, now we need to have, we've got 8 in that direction, we need 8 in the other direction, so we can pick those. We can pick copy again from that corner to there. It gives us 3 rows, 4 rows, 5 rows, 6 rows and 7 rows. So there in fact is our chess piece. I'd rather like it to be lined up centrally on there, so I'll just draw another temporary line from that point there diagonally across. Now I can move that group, and I can pick up as a move point, I'll pick up the midpoint of that line there. Should be able to find it. That's a little tricky, isn't it? Let's remove that line. What I want to do is to move that group and square it center on that line. That move step proved to be a little difficult, so let's try it again. We'll select the 64 squares that we've got and what is now a white line, and we'll pick up that white line by its midpoint, which I'm still having trouble with. It might possibly be our settings. Object snap is on, so we should now be able to right click, move, pick midpoint and find the midpoint of that line. We're going to move it perpendicular to the construction line. So perpendicular to the construction line, and now we can remove there. So we now have a set of a series of squares which can be a chess board, and it would be relatively easy to turn a couple, one into a white and one into a black, and for you to fill that board out. So that group again could be moved into position wherever you like, but hopefully that illustrates how snap, grid, polar step size and so on works. One other thing I notice here, we've got some these lines here representing the deck edge. I've edited them and changed the angle to 180. Notice the little gaps that exist around here. So use the fillet tool to simply square them up. So you can just pick, right click, sorry, it still stays in it, fillet. That squares off the corners without any need to go in there and trim. So that makes life a lot easier. So we have a design for what will be an outdoor chess zone, and that can be moved into SketchUp later, and I'm sure there are some in the warehouse, some chess pieces that you could put on it in the final design. But can you see that if you create a shape, you can copy that shape and manipulate that shape quite effectively using polar and step size.